to Homeschool Chat with Amy and Nellica. Today's topic is Outschool.
The question is Outschool any good? And yes, the answer is absolutely yes. And also, quality does vary. So it depends a lot on which class you're taking and which teacher you're using. Now, someone asked, could you put together an entire curriculum of nothing but Outschool? And not only can you absolutely do that, and people are doing it, but they now have a concierge service on Outschool that will help you patch together all the different pieces to make a full curriculum out of nothing but Outschool. But like I said, it depends on your teacher. It is a marketplace, not a school.
Yes.
So if that makes sense, go for people who have a lot of reviews and high ratings, because it's just like, getting reviews on the refrigerator you're going to buy. People have been there, done that, and you can see what they have to say about it. That's a really important factor in choosing your class. Every teacher runs things differently. So as far as the social aspect, there are some teachers that it is just that person talking and you're going to have a class with them. And there are some teachers and classes that are really pushing the social aspect right now. So you're going to see all the other kids in your class. You're going to interact with them. You're going to, brainstorm things together. So you're going to need to, if that's an important priority for you, you're going to need to make sure you're picking classes that the teacher has that as a priority as well. So I have a friend who has recently quit her job, and her husband have quit their job to do nothing but Outschool, and they are phenomenal. So there are some incredible teachers on there that can give you things that you would not be able to provide as a parent. Like, I don't speak Latin, but I really want my kids to study that. I can find an Outschool teacher that is an expert in that and can give them really high quality education in that. So Outschool is expensive. Putting together an entire curriculum out of that would not be the cheapest way to homeschool, but there are certain specific things that it is a really great resource for.
We've used Outschool quite a bit for both of my kids, mostly for social things. I found that looking at reviews is super important, and also the type of class. You can also message teachers before you sign your kids up of, what kind of classes is, maybe what's your philosophy. Because it's a marketplace, it's extremely competitive as a teacher. They want very much to please parents. I'm an approved Outschool teacher, so I'm seeing from the back end what it takes to be able to apply. There's been a huge influx of teachers recently quitting their jobs and trying to make it online. Yeah. So really, parents can benefit from this because they can get the very best teachers. I think the best classes my kids have taken were like social book clubs. I think that was my daughter did a whole series of Magic Tree House book clubs, and they were able to talk and discuss and ask questions and quiz each other about the books. They presented projects that they had made throughout the week based on the books. Probably the worst class they took was, my daughter took a mermaid book and craft, which I thought would be adorable. She's 6. She was on mute the entire time. So the teacher was just reading the book, and then he showed them how to draw, but it was like a pre-made drawing. So it was almost like a recording of him drawing it, and then he was also talking his way through it. So it was not interactive. It was way too hard for her to draw. So had I checked the reviews, I would have known more of what to expect in that class. So that is a super, super important part of it. Another thing that I love is my kid's super bored and we have nothing to do. Like, what's a class that's starting in 15 minutes? You can just sign them up real quick, and it's something really cool to do. So they have just totally not even academic classes. There's I'm looking into how to treat your rabbit well. We just got rabbits. Oh, nice. Or there's cooking classes and Pokemon classes and just really fun, super creative things for your kids to do, as well as extremely academic and qualifies for all of math.
Right.
So the spectrum is just crazy.
And what it does is gives another adult speaking into this kid's life.
Yes.
So they are not 100% dependent on you for every single thing. Partly that's a time thing. Like you said, I've got, in 15 minutes, I need you to be in the screen so I can do a thing. That's really helpful for that. Another thing it provides is accountability. If you have a teacher that is requiring them to turn in assignments, especially for an older kid, that set schedule and that accountability of things have to be turned in on time, that's something that is not a strong suit with homeschoolers sometimes, and it provides that outside structure that can be really helpful.
I did it sometimes too in a season where my work was crazy. I knew I had no time to fit in at just my regular required subjects, and so like that book club, because it was Magic Tree House, I counted it for ELA and history that
fabulous.
day. It was twice a week, so twice a week I didn't have to teach ELA and history.
Yeah.
So it gives a little bit of respite to parents.
Absolutely. It's almost a nanny and probably worth it.
Even for a season. It doesn't have to be for the whole year. It could be like a 10 or 12 week class, and it's like, there's your breather, jump right back into it when they're done with the Outschool class.
So the answer is Outschool useful, absolutely.
Yes.
But you have to make sure that you're, doing your research and making good choices. Remember, there are as many right ways to homeschool as there are right ways to be a family.